It is the third week of April. This is the MetaMentors with your crypto rewind and forecast. We got 4 hot topics from this week. We're going to run through them in 4 minutes each or less. But if you don't have the full 12 minutes to spend with us, you can click below, jump around, hit the stories you like. Be sure to subscribe, like, and let us know how we're doing in the comments or give us your suggestions. Here we go. This week, we've got Bitcoin hits 2 crucial markers that indicate the bottom could clearly be in. Solana's Web3 phone is launched. We're going to see how it's doing. Truth GPT, Elon Musk is fighting back against the tyranny of AI. And Trump gets an NFT KO in round number 2. Let's go.
On top of that, we continue to see a highly illiquid market, with 70+% of all Bitcoin in circulation being held by long-term holders. Now that begs the question, if the market is highly illiquid, what will be the catalyst for the next bull run? We are just over 400 days away from the next Bitcoin halving, and in the past, that Bitcoin halving has proven to be a huge catalyst in upwards movement. Now, on top of that, it's important to always look at Bitcoin compared to other assets. And now Bitcoin's correlation to the S&P 500 has flipped negative for the first time since the FTX collapse.
All right, Ben, there's 2 major indicators I'm watching for Bitcoin, and a lot of people are watching to tell us that bottom is in. Just like Pomp was saying, long-term holders, what's the percentage there? Is it getting the max percentage, which it is, and has it decoupled from the rest of the market, showing that it's a individual asset that investors might want to hold? And we're seeing a lot of both. So the report shows that the long-term holder supply is just shy of an all-time high total supply of 14,161 million Bitcoins. That's of the 19,000 plus that are in circulation. So that's over 70% are long-term holders. What does it mean to be a long-term holder? It means you've held it for 155 days or more. Interesting fact, just over 155 days ago was the FTX collapse. So if you bought Bitcoin before that collapse, you are a long-term holder. If it was after that, you're still considered a short-term. Doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter. Long-term, short-term, holding Bitcoin, buying Bitcoin, DCAing, whether it's $10 or $10,000 a month, you want to be buying it. So something else that is being talked about is we might be in what's called a plateau of patience, which usually indicates that the long-term holder supply tends to hover at an all-time high. So basically, long-term holders, they're just hodling for dear life, holding on for dear life, which brings us into kind of a plateau. There's not a lot of action. People are just holding on to their Bitcoin. They're not wanting to sell, and people are, of course, not sure if they want to buy because it's at an all-time high. So we're seeing both of those going on. All of these coins returning profit. In 2023, a total of $6.2 million Bitcoins returned to profit. That's 32.3%. So since the beginning of this year, 2023, 6.2 million of those Bitcoins in circulations have gone from a negative profit into a positive negative profit. I don't know if you they've reached profit zone, right?
Right.
That's a big deal. And that's right around that 30,000 mark where we're hovering. So a lot of action going on there. Last note about the all-time high holders. Bitcoin's current supply structure indicates that while a bull run may not arrive shortly, BTC is unlikely to visit price below 15.5. So there's all this hype about we're there, it's solid. And then a last little note, we might drop down again, but don't expect it to go below 15,500. I've heard that number several times now. So I think there's some indicators we could see, a reduction and a good opportunity to buy. That's the long-term holders. The decoupling, I'm not going to say much about that, but basically my understanding of the decoupling is we're looking for a long-term trend where Bitcoin separates from the stock market, separates from gold, becomes its own little individual asset that people are holding on to. And there's some charts that reference that. I'll put those up here. We're keeping an eye on this. We're looking for periods of time where it stays separate from the zero on these charts. Yeah, I got to kind of do your own research. I'm not smart enough to fully describe it, but we're seeing some decoupling with Bitcoin. Keep an eye on that. It's very important for the long-term hope of Bitcoin, just like Pomp was saying. So that's what I got on the long-term holding and decoupling of Bitcoin.
All right. Here's the information you need to know about the Solana phone. $1,000, which sounds like a lot, but if you've bought a brand new phone in the last 5 years, you know that's actually right on par. The only problem with this is there's no phone plan that goes along with it, so you can't get a discount for signing up with AT&T. So you're buying an unlocked phone and then you're getting your own phone plan. $1,000. The public sale begins on May 8th. That's when anybody can buy it. If you wanted to get one of the pre-orders, you had to have the Saga Pass NFT. And like I said, those shipped out yesterday. So people will start popping up all over the internet with their new Saga phones starting probably first of next week, I would say. They'll record over the weekend. You'll see them on Monday. It comes built in with a whole suite of apps, including a decentralized app store, a seed vault, which is a secure mobile custody protocol that seamlessly allows the signing of transactions, whatever you'd use your wallet for, while keeping your private keys partitioned away from other wallets, apps, and the Android operating system. So it is built with Web3 safety in mind, which is the whole point of this thing. So there's a store on the app or on the website right now. You can only buy the very basic accessories. It comes, you can buy the phone, you could buy a charger, screen protector, case. They've got more stuff coming. If you have the Saga NFT, then you'll have early access to the new gear and all the new stuff that they're going to have with it. It's got 500 gigs of space, a 6.6-inch OLED display, fingerprint scanner, runs on Android, obviously, because it is the best operating system on mobile today. And Solana says it will not be imposing extractive fees on the dApp Store apps, which we know Apple takes 30% tax of stuff on their app store. And the decentralized app store is separate from Android's Google Play, which will also come uploaded on the phone. So
nice.
Yep. So if you bought the NFT, the Saga Pass, then you probably already know all this. You've already ordered your phone. But if you haven't, you can still get that and have access to exclusive Saga events, airdrops, and discounted merchandise, along with obviously the pre-sale early delivery, which happened yesterday. So Saga phone, I'll have some pictures up there that you can take a look at and the website, but pretty dope. Pretty cool. Yeah. First step in it's a good step in the right direction for Web3 and mobile.
Yeah, first of many. It's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds because it doesn't seem like a big deal, but I bet we're going to look back and this is going to be a huge moment in tech and Web3 and crypto history.
Two industries that needed to get together.
Amen. Well, yeah, good way to put it. All right, Ben, you might have heard of this guy, Elon Musk. He's kind of into tech. He's pretty good at it.
You think that's real? It is conceivable that AI could take control and reach a point where you couldn't turn it off and it would be making the decisions for people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
No, that's definitely the way things are headed, for sure.
Good at it. He is scared to death of where some of this AI is going, and he was actually one of the very first to be involved with AI when it was a nonprofit. You'll have to, if you don't know about that, which I'm sure you do, but if not, take a look. But he's creating this Truth GPT to fight against the left-wing leaning Chat GPT that's out there. This is some of his own words.
I saw something which you call Truth GPT or a maximum truth-seeking AI that tries to understand the nature of the universe. And I think this might be the best path to safety in the sense that an AI that cares about understanding the universe it is unlikely to annihilate humans because we are an interesting part of the universe. Hopefully, they would think that.
Here's a phrase from him. I think this might be the best path to safety in the sense that an AI that cares about understanding the universe is unlikely to annihilate humans. That's a thought that's going on in his head. He's scared that current AI, it's left-leaning, and it might try and annihilate humans. So he's going to create the Truth GPT model that's not going to annihilate humans because it's going to care about humans. going to be very interesting to see how that comes along. But one other really interesting note about AI, Chat GPT-4 that recently came out. Well, they asked the Chat GPT, Cointelegraph did, how they should invest $100 in crypto. And here's what it told them. When prompted on how to allocate $100 in certain coins or tokens, Chat GPT-4 recommended $50 towards Bitcoin, $25 to Ether, $15 to Cosmos, which is the Atom token, and $10 in non-fungible tokens and Web3 projects, which was actually, I looked that up, it was Mana tokens and Chainlink is the Web3 recommendations there. So there's a, take it as you want, but there's a Chat GPT or AI's version of where you should be putting your money based on $100 broken into percentages. Kind of cool.
Right on. Right on. All right. Speaking of the exact opposite of left-leaning ideology, let's see here. Ba-bam. Nope, that's the wrong one. Ba-bam. How about this?
All right.
Share this tab instead.
There we go.
Donald Trump earned a lot of money on his NFTs. We kind of talked about that earlier when he released his first round. Well, like Ryan said at the intro, he has just hit it out of the park with number 2 as well. Listed up the second round of Trump NFTs, which is, I think it's another 45,000 NFTs that he's selling at the exact same price, $99. That's what he sold the last one. Some of them are one of a kind, but none of them have more than 10 copies in this new set. So a ton of new Trump pictures where he's in different style playing cards.
Yeah. Holding the Liberty Bell. There's some classic ones.
Yeah,
in
he's
there.
got some great ones. In fact, I'll throw some up on the screen right now as we're talking about this. Oh, there's the Liberty Bell one. So, yeah, so he made a ton of money on that first part. Now, I say he did. Technically, it's through an NFT company, and as of right now, it has no affiliation with Trump Enterprises or any PACs or anything that has anything to do with him running again. So he's affiliated with it and he's promoting it, but that company who's making the money has not donated towards his presidential campaign or put money towards the Trump organization. So I'm not sure how the dollars are worked out, but some of I've got the information in here. I don't remember which page it's on. Some of these, they all started off at $99 a piece. There's an offer to buy one of a kind on OpenSea right now for $20,000. But most of them are selling, most of the rare ones are selling between 1 and 3 ETH. And then there's the ones that aren't as rare that are selling for either at the price or even half the price of the original mint cost. So the idea is to try to find those rare ones, just like a regular pack of trading cards. And the idea is that this money will help with his re-election. This is basically the Franklin Mint coins of the 1990s, but, technology infused of the 2020s. So obviously the election's coming up. Everybody's going to be trying to raise money. Trump seems to have his finger on the pulse of Web3. Hopefully we see that in his policies if he does get on, or at least when he starts campaigning. Usually if one of them is very friendly towards a certain sector, the other one won't go the opposite way. So hopefully it sparks a lot of conversation about crypto and Web3. And he mentions in one of his tweets where he's promoting it that he wants the people who are buying them to make money and have fun while doing it. So pretty cool.
Yeah, love the art.
Yeah, I do. I really do love the art. And, he's got it figured out, learning from Gary Vee, learning from the best. He's got royalties on all secondary market sales. So he just wants you to just trade him as much as possible because he gets a little cut out of every sale from here to perpetuity. All right, that'll be it for this week. This episode may have seemed like it was a little rough. And if it seems like it was a little rough, it's because it was a little rough. This 15-minute episode took about 2 hours to film after several delays and a trip to the store to get some computer equipment. So next time we have an episode, I
Don't
promise
jinx us.
it's going to be 100% perfect. It'll probably be the best episode you've ever seen in your life.
Tune in.
See you later.